if I said the answer was 20 centimetres when it had been rounded to the nearest 10, the smallest number that could be rounded to 20 centimetres is 15. That would be rounded up to 20, and the largest number that could be rounded down to 20 would be 24.99999, which is really irritating to write down. So what we write is 25 centimetres, and we say that 15 centimetres is the lower bound and 25 centimetres is the upper bound. Right. If the answer is 37 kilometres to the nearest kilometre, then the smallest distance that would be rounded to 37 kilometres would be 36.5, 36.5 kilometres. And the largest distance that will be rounded down, we would say would be 37.5 kilometres. So this is the lower bound and this is the upper bound. And again, you're going to be arguing and saying, yeah, but that rounds up. What I'm saying is, that's what we say is the upper bound. So basically, you take half off and add half on. Right, you've been told that there are 220 people in a room. But that number has been rounded to two significant figures. This is the first significant figure, this is the second significant figure. The thing is, how many people might there be in the room? What's the smallest number of people there could be in the room? Well, the smallest number of people would be 215, because to two significant figures, you would say, that's the second significant figure. Well, it has to round up because that's a 5. And like the other examples, and I expect you can guess by now, the largest number that could be in the room, we would say, would be 225, because that's the upper bound, even though we want to round that up to the next number. So basically, you take away 5 and you add 5. Right, if you look at these two numbers, this one has been rounded to 1 decimal place, and so what's the smallest number it could have been? Well, it could have been 22.35. If you look at that, you can see that to 1 decimal place I would have to round that up, and the largest number it could be, or the upper bound, would be 22.45, and again, you want to round that up, but basically that's the upper bound, that's the largest number that this could be. That's the upper bound. Here we go. 302.64, that's rounded to 2 decimal places. So the smallest number is 302.635, and the largest number is 302.645. Hopefully you've started to see a pattern, which I've talked about before. Basically, you take away a half and add a half.